option. They do have, Taylor, the AD was telling me they put a couple more Wi-Fi things here, so it's a stronger service, but everyone else is going to be on Wi-Fi.
Are the MHSAA, a collection of 750 middle schools, from Temperance to Copper Harbor, from New Buffalo to Alpena. Each year, more than 250,000 students play one of our 28 sports. More than 1.5 million fans attend our postseason games. There are 30,000 coaches and 8,000 officials, not to mention all of the volunteers. The MHSAA believes in the 4 S's. School sports should be safe and kept in the appropriate scope. We believe nothing beats great sportsmanship, and that scholarship in the classroom is more important than excellence on the field or court. Most of all, we believe school sports should be fun. So come out and join us at a game. Support your school, support your community, and come see what the excitement is all about.
Weights have been lifted. Sprints have been run. Preparation for today's game is history. It's time to get it done. You're listening on MichiganSportsRadio.com.
The end of the winter season draws closer as a bunch of teams and individuals cap their season with MHSAA titles. From the cheer and the wrestling mats to the bowling lanes, we've got you covered. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid. The second week of winter finals is behind us, and championships were won by 4 cheer teams, 4 boys bowling teams, 4 girls bowling teams, 8 individual bowlers, and 70 individual wrestlers. We'll try and get through as many as we can here. Starting with cheer, all 4 champions were crowned at McGurk Arena on the campus of Central Michigan University. In Division I, Rochester Hills Stony Creek edged out Rochester Adams and Rochester High for the title. The 3 Rochester schools have combined to win the last 5 Division I titles. In D2, Allen Park won its 4th title in the last 5 years. Allen Park and neighbor Gibraltar Carlson have won every Division II championship since 2008. Croswell Lexington won its 2nd straight MHSAA championship in Division III. The Pioneers were 0.4 of a point better than runner-up Pontiac Notre Dame Prep. And in Division IV, Hudson has now won 5 consecutive D4 titles and 6 in the last 7 years. Trailing after round 1, the Tigers easily outpointed the field in rounds 2 and 3. Complete coverage from Mount Pleasant is now available at MHSAA.com. It's time for Game Balls, when we highlight a trio of standout performances from the past week. First, Detroit Catholic Central's Darius Marinas. He won a 4th straight Division I individual wrestling title. He bested previously unbeaten Jaden Williams from Roseville for the championship. Marinas finished the year 50-0. Dundee's Cade Kloos also won his 4th straight Division III individual wrestling title. Kloos defeated Drew Hansen of Gladstone in the final. The 4 individual titles go nicely with the 4 team wrestling titles Kloos has helped Dundee capture during his career. And to Romeo's sisters, Belisha and Kaylee Manuel, who are now MHSAA champions in the girls division. Combined, the sisters were 49-1 this season.
For high school seniors, the matchup of the year isn't on the court. It's actually online. That's right. When you fill out the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, you could also be eligible for thousands of dollars in additional money from the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Now that's a matchup we can all root for. Get started today at michigan.gov/achievement. The Michigan Achievement Scholarship. It's a game changer.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with registered official Paige Winnie.
Throughout the high school hockey season, you are used to seeing 3 officials on the ice. But starting in the quarterfinal round, 4 officials are used. The 4-person system utilizes 2 referees and 2 linesmen, and that's used for quarters, semis, and the finals. This system allows for more coverage. The 2 referees can concentrate on penalties and other rules. The 2 linesmen' primary duties are offsides and icing. The move to 4 officials allows for more consistent coverage of the fastest game in the MHSAA. And like we do in other sports, the best officials are chosen for the final rounds.
Thanks, Paige. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you're interested, please go to the MHSAA website now to register. On the lanes, the Zeeland girls bowling team is the best in Division 1. They knocked off South Lyon in the final. In Division 2, Flint Kearsley won its 9th title in the last 11 seasons. Madison Heights Bishop Foley was the best in Division 3. And Traverse City Christian defeated Bronson to win the title in Division 4. On the boys' side, Granville needed a tiebreaker win in the semifinals to make the finals, but when they got there, they dispatched Davison in the finals of Division 1. Like their counterparts on the girls' side, the Flint Kearsley boys are also Division 2 MHSAA champions. Frankenmuth cruised to a title in Division 3. And in Division 4, just as their girls' team did, Traverse City Christian captured the title. For more on all 8 team champions and to read about the 8 individual bowling champions, please check out MHSAA.com. We've also got complete coverage of all 5 divisions of the individual wrestling finals held at Ford Field in Detroit over the weekend. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross, and we'll be back next week.
Bulldogs looking to inbound against the pressure. Lobbed ahead over the timeline to Gable. Gable straight to the basket. Elevates. Jams it down over top of Orbaugh. Oh my goodness. That tomahawk jam over top of the defender. Up fake, leaning right elbow. Skips the right corner to Watson. Catch and shoot 3. Splash. Muskegon has taken the lead. 47-46. Justin Watson, another triple. He has 9. 138 in the third, and a big red lead. One, giving on to Titus. Titus angles, pull-up shot for the lead. Good! Brady Titus, a scream to the heavens after he knocks it down. 45. And it's the ultimate revenge for Tri-Unity. Another state championship for Coach Keeler's squad. The defenders of Tri-Unity Christian, state champions in Division 4. 56-45 the final. This is March on MGN. Welcome to Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. And welcome courtside here at Grand Haven. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer. We're in Division 1. It's a state quarterfinal, and it is one of the most highly anticipated games around the area. For the 3rd time this year, Zeeland West and Muskegon getting ready to battle here tonight, CT. And it's going to be a good one. Muskegon took the first 2 matchups, but just looking at the score, I don't think tells the entire picture. These were games that Zeeland West even led into the contest pretty deep into the second half the first couple times around, and it's always tough to beat a team 3 times.
That's the old cliche, right? And I think that if you're Zeeland West, that's what you're looking at, saying that, yeah, it's been 2 games, and even though the final score, right around double digits, over double digits the first time, 9 points the second time, but games that really you can look at 6 of the 8 quarters were back and forth. Zeeland West either had the lead or was within a couple scores in those quarters. And even though it's a pair of Muskegon wins by a decent margin, a couple really good basketball games. And so I think you get a 3rd time for these teams to go head-to-head with each other. And you're looking at another really good basketball game. Muskegon, of course, looking to repeat the success they've had. Zeeland West looking to complete the full game and try to make up for their first 2 losses.
This is the Centennial Securities pregame show. We thank Centennial Securities along with Farmers Insurance for presenting Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio and March on MGN. CT, you look at this game, and I think really what we start with when we look at this matchup almost every time is the idea of pace, and that's true of almost every game that these two teams have played this year. Zeeland West, typically a little bit slower team, typically a little bit quicker team when you look at the Big Reds of Muskegon, but in these playoffs in particular, the defense of Muskegon, we'll talk about that in a moment, has been on a different world, especially through some of their trapping and through some of their havoc. You know, this is a game that we're going to time and time again come back to the pace idea where if things are under control, Zeeland West is in better shape. The second that it starts becoming a more athletic, up and down trapping game, that's when Muskegon's more than comfortable.
Yeah, for sure. When you've got two teams that are so familiar with each other as these two squads are, then you kind of know the situations when you can mix and match your tempos and style. Of course, they're so familiar with each other. They know where each other's comfortable at, having played 2 full games. And so I think you'll start to see some of those adjustments. We'll see Muskegon, they've been working on some of their havoc pressure defenses here in this postseason run. If that's something that they feel like they've got the advantage in, they can throw at Zeeland West this time around and try to get them uncomfortable. Zeeland West, if you can keep it within your style of game that you like in the half court, try to really execute and use the size that you have on your own end of the floor, then they're going to try to really utilize that.
All right, we got a lot more still to get to here on the Centennial Securities pregame show, so do not go anywhere. We'll be right back from Grand Haven. Muskegon, Zeeland West, to Division I state quarterfinal. The winner goes to the Breslin. Is Muskegon going back to the Breslin or Zeeland West? The Cinderella run. They had never won a district. They had never won a region. Now they're a game away from the Breslin Center. We'll see if they can pull off the upset here tonight. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Was founded based on the belief that the interests of our clients must always come first.
We listen and understand your objectives before making a recommendation.
We customize the portfolio of investments to fit your goals.
It is our commitment to provide a strong line of communication.
Our services include family wealth management, saving for retirement, and estate planning and trust services.
Getting started is as easy as picking up the phone. After all, when everything is said and done, isn't it about time?
It's the final game, folks. This one wins the series.
Struck out with the cheap seats? Important things aren't worth compromising. At Farmers, we offer both quality insurance and great savings. Here, take mine.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Bullhouse rips it out. Here we go. Miles Steffen to run the first attack here. And a couple of points on that possession. Doesn't get it. Physical game early. Slow down. The game gets slopped up. And it winds up being an all-time classic. I expect nothing short of that tonight again.
Yeah, I think so.
Neves, corner, got one. And a timeout from Coach Vanderslijk's Gymnasium. Centennial Securities pregame show. Let's take a look. Best thing to say about it, really fun contest. Bulldogs will get it out of the break right here with 53 seconds to go. Hey everyone, Nate from Michigan Game Night. If you haven't already, make sure to check out the end. Going by DeYoung and the Bulldogs. DeYoung for Reagan Neris, free throw line. Turns the back, left wing, Wade, triple try, splash! What a couple of moments and possessions for the Bulldog freshman. Timeout from Coach Riddell. Unbelievable. Here for Reynolds, second free throw, the right hand overhead motion is good for Caden Neves. Really terrific game for him. He's now got 10 of Granville's 26 and a 6-point lead for the Bulldogs. Left wing Sorokin bounding in the lane, left corner DeYoung, all alone, triple, splash, right down the hatch, absolutely pure for Jackson DeYoung, Granville by 9. It is good for Caden Neves, really terrific game for him. He's now got 10 of Granville's 26 and a 6-point lead for the Bulldogs. We'll go to highlights to start in the first half with the Neves dump and a couple more that we'll follow that up with. all alone, drives the basket, jams it, and one! He's fouled through the dunk. Caden Neves finishing strong with the right hand, has a chance for one more.
You can feel confident.
We are Centennial Securities,
an independent firm with a team of committed professionals
who strive to exceed our clients' expectations by giving outstanding service.
We're proud to be part of our community where we live and work.
You can feel confident choosing Farmers, which means a black cat doesn't always spell bad news.
What about a gang of them?
Actually, a group of cats is called a clouder. Isn't that right, tough guy?
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
All right, welcome back here courtside. Nate Dreyer, Chino Tammer will get you inside the MGN Radio Plus Game Center in a little bit. First, we've got the booth cam up right here. We're reaching the end of the road. Breslin Center coming up. We have a couple of announcements. First off, we're back on the air tomorrow night. Byron Center West Ottawa girls from the beautiful new Hudsonville Fieldhouse. I can't wait for that one. It's going to be an incredible game. Two missed basketballs going head-to-head in Zeenstra and Reynolds in that game is going to be incredible, starting 6:30 tomorrow night in a regional final. And then over the weekend, the plan right now is we'll have the D1 semi that the winner of this game's coming out of, and then we'll play it by ear a little bit through the rest of the games going on Thursday. Likely not Thursday, but Friday, and then Saturday for the championship games based on who from West Michigan is going. So stay tuned to @MI Game Night on social media for an idea of where we might be. That's across all social media, Twitter, X, Instagram, Facebook, and right here on YouTube, where many of you may be watching along with Maine Michigan Sports Radio feed. All right, CT, housekeeping out of the way. Let's talk about the game. The Muskegon defense in the playoffs. I don't even know what to say about this unit right now. 32 points per game. All four teams that they have played in the playoffs have scored their season low in the playoffs against Muskegon. In particular, Saginaw Heritage has a Mr. Basketball Finals, a team that scores in the 60s every game. The previous low for Saginaw Heritage was 56. That was against De La Salle. And of course, John Jokaj's team is slow. They play some zone. They're designed, De La Salle, to play games in the 40s, in the 50s, and Saginaw's low came against them 56. You know how many points Heritage scored against Muskegon in the regional semis? 37. This defense, and again, you look at this lineup, Mackay guy, athletic freak on his way to Wayne State, a football state champion already, and then 6'3" James Martin, Oliver 6'4", Watson 6'7", Davis 6'7", all athletes. This isn't the guard-oriented team they were a year ago with some of the pace, but defensively, in terms of athletic freaks that can guard the perimeter, can guard the inside, can just shut you down athletically in the full court. This might be one of the best defenses I've ever seen the way they're playing right now for Muskegon and Coach Guy.
For sure. I think it's a Muskegon team that's had so much success in years past, and they've had a ton of great guards and great scoring teams, and even last year. But this is some of the best defense we've ever seen from any Muskegon team, and the way they're playing right now. And as you mentioned, some of those matchups definitely played into those lower scoring games, but it's across the board. They're just doing a really good job playing team defense right now, keeping other teams really off balance, not allowing them to put up near to their season total in terms of scoring. And it goes back to just having a bunch of versatility, a bunch of guys that are super athletic, can guard multiple positions. They've got a lot of size that can play all over the floor, and so they're doing a really good job, and it's going to be a battle for Zeeland West to try to put up some points against it.
And here come the Big Reds on the floor as they'll continue their warm-ups in front of a packed house. They can hold up to about 2,800 at maximum capacity here at Grand Haven, and the two sides behind us are full. The Zeeland West student section full, the Muskegon student section filling up to 3/4 plus full as well. It is, if they can hold 2,800, we're going to be well north of 25, I think, here tonight. It's going to be loud, it's going to be crazy at the Grand Haven Fieldhouse. You talk about the athleticism and the way that the games go. Last game, really interesting, the free throw battle, because Muskegon led that game, the second of the two matchups, at the half. Zeeland West led Muskegon at the half in that game, and they led them into the third quarter. But it was in the third quarter and the fourth quarter, Muskegon athletically was able to get to the rim. They continuously got to the line time and time again. They made free throws when Zeeland West missed free throws, and that really was the difference. It was a game that, wound up being about a 10-point game, but the game was a lot closer than that final score the last time these teams played.
Yeah, it sure was. I think, sometimes you see a discrepancy in the free throws and in the amount of free throws and the amount of free throws made as well, and there was none more obvious than the last time these two teams played. 29 made free throws for the Big Reds, 19 in the fourth quarter, and naturally there's going to be more free throws at the end of a game in a fourth quarter. It typically is, but just 2 field goals for the Big Reds in the fourth quarter. The rest was at the free throw line, did a ton of damage there, and some of that was intentional fouls at the end and getting to the stripe, but a lot of that was just the entire fourth quarter, having multiple guys that were able to slash and attack to the basket, getting fouls committed against them, and then knocking down those shots, and that's something Zeeland West got to the free throw line, not near as much as the Big Reds, but didn't shoot near as high a percentage at the line as either.
Absolutely. Centennial Securities pregame show rolling on. Coach Klein, Coach Guy, who's got the suit on, of course, ready to rock and roll here this evening for their respective teams. Some matchups in this game, and we always seem to start with one guy when we're looking at matchups. That's Merritt Aldrink, a Mr. Basketball finalist, wound up being a runner-up for the award to Fat Brooks at Catholic Central. But Merritt, the Indiana State signee, 12 points against FHC. He was our player of the game, even though he wasn't their leading scorer for Zeeland West last game against Forest Hill Central, because he was so critical in the second half. And we always ask, how is he going to get checked? Because a lot of times teams are looking at doubles, looking at different things because they don't have the size and athleticism to match them. Zeeland West problem tonight, Montreal Oliver, Justin Watson, Terrence Davis. There are guys with the size and athleticism to match Aldrink, and it may wind up being more one-on-one matchups that Merritt's going to have to find a way to just go out and win.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's going to be a lot on Merritt Aldrink today to make up his mind that he's going to dominate this game. I think you've seen it at times. I think, in the first half against Forest Hill Central, had a bit of a quieter first half, got double-teamed a little bit, things taken away from him. The Ducks were down at halftime, and then the second half comes out, and he made up his mind he was going to get to the rim, no matter what the defense was doing, what he was going to do. And more often than not, he was making big plays at the rim. So I think this is going to have to be a game where he's just going to have to be aggressive. Yeah, maybe sometimes the Big Reds are going to have the defense, and they're going to have the athletic ability to try to stop him, but he's got to keep going for it, because in order for the Ducks to win, he's going to have a productive night.
The backcourt's, of course, so big, and we're going to talk about that in just a little bit. One more quick break here on the Centennial Securities pregame show. When we get back, one of those X factors, the guards, the athleticism of Muskegon, the terrific play all around that we've been seeing out of the backcourt for Zeeland West in this recent hot stretch they're on as well. Where is the advantage going to be there? Don't go anywhere. We're going to step aside, be right back with a lot more to get to here on the Centennial Securities pregame show, and March on MGN. It's the D1 State Quarterfinal from Grand Haven.
What would you do with some extra time? Shop Fastlane today.
Somebody once said life moves pretty fast, and that's exactly how we like it. Want to build something? Great. Start businesses, build bridges, raise a whole city. Future in fighting crime? Want to save lives? Do it all here. But you've got to go forward fast. Because today is now, and tomorrow is soon. And to get ahead of the game, you got to get ahead of your time. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
Are you looking for a new career? Aetna Supply is hiring. Aetna Supply is Michigan's #1 plumber wholesaler, servicing local customers for over 50 years. They offer great benefits, a 401k with company match, quarterly bonuses, and no Sundays. Once again, check them out at aetnasupply.com/careers or click on their logo on the Michigan Sports Radio homepage. Have you recently collided with a deer or been caught in an unfortunate accident? Don't worry, Car Center Collision and Glass is your trusted partner to bring your vehicle back to life. With convenient branches in Cedar Springs, Burton Heights, Alpine, and Big Rapids, we're right around the corner to provide expert assistance. From collision repairs to mechanical fixes, we're your one-stop solution for all your car needs. Check us out at carcentermi.com.
All right, welcome back. Centennial Securities pregame show. Nate Chandler wrapping things up here on MGN. We said kind of one of the last X factors. We looked up front, that Aldrink matchup. How about the backcourt? I mean, James Martin, the sophomore, so athletic. Mackay Guy, don't have to say anything more. We know the kind of athlete on the gridiron, on the hardwood he is, but Bolhouse and Stefan and Baker on the wing, they've been playing so well. That's the matchup, I think, that determines this ball game, is the guards, and if the athleticism of Muskegon can be countered by the skill and grinding ability of the West backcourt.
Yeah, I think that's going to be really interesting to see how that develops the third time around. I think for Muskegon, you've got those experienced guys that can really run the offense. They're super athletic and quick, can play some pressure and havoc defense and try to force Zeeland West into mistakes, and I think it's on the Ducks guys, Bolhouse and Stefan, to try to keep things under control, play some really strong defense on their own, and try to keep them in it.
Both teams, you can tell the confidence and the excitement for this one. It is very, very palpable. Muskegon looking to get back to the state championship game where they fell to Cass Tech a year ago. Zeeland West, they had never been past a district championship game until this year, and they are one game away from the Breslin Center. That will do it for our Centennial Securities pregame show. The national anthem, the player introductions on deck. We'll send it down to the public address for both of those in just a moment here from Grand Haven. We thank you again for tuning in tonight to March on MGN. Cannot wait to get this one underway here this evening. Zeeland West and Muskegon. The Big Reds took the first two meetings of the year against the Ducks. Can Zeeland West take one back and get the win here tonight at Grand Haven? It is an absolutely packed house. Cannot wait for this one here this evening from Grand Haven for certain. Final couple of seconds off the board, and we'll send it down to the public address for the national anthem and the opening introductions.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Michigan High School Athletic Association welcomes you to Grand Haven High School for tonight's quarterfinal game in the 2024 Division I Boys Basketball Tournament. The stakes are high tonight. Let our level of sportsmanship be even higher. Remember, nothing beats good sportsmanship. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise as we honor America with the playing and singing of our national anthem. For today's game between the Ducks of Zeeland West and the Muskegon Big Reds. Here are your starters in alternating order. At a forward for the Ducks is seating number 3, Lucas Baker. Forward Big Reds is seating number 5, Malcolm Jr. And forward to the Ducks is seating number 13, Ryan Yan. And forward to the Big Reds is seating number 10, Justin Watson.
right, we're ready to go. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you. Coach Guy, Coach Klein get their final words into their teams. Zeeland West, the traveling black uniforms, numbers in white, trimmed in gold, green trimming around the sleeves. It's the home whites for the Big Reds. Numbers are in black, trimmed in red, with black and red trimming down the short legs. It'll be Zeeland West going left to right across your radio dial to open this one up. The Big Reds will go right to left. 8 minutes go up on the board, and we are ready to go with a raucous environment here at Grand Haven. It is a packed house. There is not a seat to be found. 2,800 can fill this gym, and we've filled it here at the field house in Grand Haven. Ball is up. Tipped back by Aldrink, and the Ducks will take the first control of the ball game with a right-hand dribble. It's Miles Steffen feeding right wing to Aldrink. Drives on Oliver, right wing for Bullhouse. Skip pass, right block Aldrink. Turns the back, bounding into the lane, clutching a shot up and good off the window. Aldrink gets the Ducks off to a good start.
Right away, getting Merritt Aldrink going. A strong drive to the basket, gets cut off. They get the entry pass right back to him, let him go to work, and gets an early bucket.
Ducks go man-to-man defensively. Right wing, here's the terrific sophomore James Martin. Feeds the corner. Davis, baseline drive, cut off by Aldrink, steps out of bounds. It'll go back the other way. 7:29 to go in the first. 2-0, and a full-court man-to-man presses on. Inbounded here to Steffen. Of course, Zeeland West Chandler had so many issues against the full-court press of Forest Hill Central on Thursday. Muskegon looking to do the same thing. Steffen beats it to the right corner. Defended by Martin. Poked out by Martin. Then rolls off the fingertips of Steffen out of bounds. It'll go back the other way. Some early turnovers and early jitters. 7:17 in the first. 2-0 Zeeland West. Here is Mackay Guy, left wing, defended by Trenton Bullhouse. Quarterbacks for the respective teams. Right wing, pull up, long two. Martin off the back rim, no. Rebound down to Orion Yant. They'll clear out. Aldrink will run the offense. Aldrink over the timeline. Hassled by Oliver to the top of the key. Loses, regathers. Here's the double. Feeds corner to Bullhouse. Tipped out of bounds into the Muskegon bench by Mackay Guy. Havoc being forced, as we expected, by the Big Reds defensively.
Yeah, definitely turning up the pressure. Even on ball, bringing the ball up the floor. That time making the switch. Aldrink bringing it up the floor the entire way. Trying to sell the contact a little bit. Did look like he might have got hit on the arm on the pass. No call, though. Steffen left wing, defended by Martin to the elbow. Turns the back up top for Baker. He led the way offensively on Thursday for the Ducks. Aldrink leaning into the paint. Floater, good. A step-through move from Merritt Aldrink. He's got the first 4 of the ball game. 6.5 to go. Down to the right block, Terrence Davis. Pull-up mid-range jumper off the back rim. Rebound, Aldrink. Good start for the Mr. Basketball finalist in Indiana State, Signe Aldrink. Over the timeline, Steffen. To the right wing, defended by Montreal Oliver on the switch. Left wing for Baker. Baker drives free throw line on Davis. Left wing for Aldrink. Aldrink fakes a pass. Screen from Yant, goes around at top of the key. Into the paint, right corner Baker. Right wing for Bullhouse. Bullhouse defended to the top of the key. Feeds right wing to Aldrink. Spins down to the right block. Works the pivot. Forces up a shot and gets fouled. That will send Merritt Aldrink to the line. First of the ball game on the Big Reds. 5:58 to go in the first. He said at pregame, Aldrink's just going to have to physically take over. The call goes on Mackay Guy, by the way. Aldrink's going to have to physically take over both ends of the floor. He's doing that right now, CT. For the first 2 minutes, that's exactly what he's done. Offensively, been able to bully his way in the lane a little bit. Defense is held up as well.
Foul was whistled on the floor. Inbound to Aldrink. Drives to the basket. Left-hand finger roll falls short. Rebound down to Justin Watson. Back and running the other way is Martin. Feeds into the paint. Poked and stolen by Orion Yant. Off and running down the left side of the floor. Turns in the corner. Feeds a cutting Bullhouse. Evades him. Stolen by Watson. Center court poked out by Aldrink. Settled down by Mackay Guy. Left wing, Oliver toes the line. Tries a 3. Rattles out, no. Rebound Yant. He's off and running left to right. 5.5 to go in the first. Yant to the basket. Right hand shot. Rattles out, but a foul. This one will send Orion Yant to the line. 5:28 in the first. 4-0 Zeeland West. Muskegon's offense. The one thing is, we talked how elite this defense has been. The offense hasn't been quite as good down the stretch. They've missed a couple good looks so far they've been given.
Yeah, they've had some open looks. The last one, a transition 3, rolled out, but they've had a couple clean looks at it. Haven't been able to score through the first couple minutes here in the Ducks. And they've got the opportunity in transition. Yant with a couple times gathering possession of the basketball, looking to go pretty quickly. That time able to draw the foul call underneath the basket.
Yant able to hit the first. Second free throw up and good. Orion Yant connects on both of them. The lead is 6-0 Zeeland West. And we've got a beach ball out of the Muskegon student section on the floor, and we'll have to get this play reset right here. 5:27 to go in the first here at Grand Havens. We're getting things reset. We'll move our in-the-booth cam around. We'll have a chance to kind of do this between us and the scoreboard throughout the ball game as Zeeland West will set up the defense, and Mackay Guy will start things up. 5:20 to go. Guy over the timeline, throws left corner to Watson. Driving, locked up by Aldrink. Exit pass, left wing Guy. He'll back it out. Terrific defense here from West, sticking man-to-man. Guy, loosely watched by Bullhouse, left wing. 5:09 to go. Screen from Davis. Guy, top of the key. Step back move. Angles right down the left side, right side of the lane. Feeds Martin. Underhand, nice feed. Cutting to the basket, Davis. Right hand reverse layup, no. But a following putback is good for James Martin. Good finish there from the sophomore to get Muskegon on the board for the first time.
Best offensive possession for the Big Reds by far. Able to work the ball down eventually. Even though Terrence Davis misses the first shot, able to clean it up.
Aldrink lowers the shoulder. Right hand shot, no. Fight for the rebound, and a call is whistled on the Big Reds. They might get Mackay Guy right here. That'll be the third foul of the quarter on the Big Reds, and it's going to be on Justin Watson. That is Watson's second, and because of that, he will leave the floor. The junior wing, Keyshawn Johnson, will get set to come in his place. It is whistled as a shooting foul, and it will send Merritt Aldrink to the line.
That's really big for the Big Reds. Not even 4 minutes in, Watson with those two fouls, one of the bigger, taller players for the Muskegon side on defense. Also one of the better shooters they have from three-point range on the offensive end.
Aldrink able to hit the first. He's got one more coming up here. 24 traveling black uniforms. Offsets the feet. Quick left-hand free throw. Good. He looked really confident in that. What a start for Aldrink. What a start for the Ducks. They lead it 8-2. Looking to make it to the Breslin Center for the first time. The Big Reds, well, they were there last year. They're trying to get some revenge for their loss in the state championship game a year ago. 4.5 to go. Mackay Guy directing traffic in between the rings here at Grand Haven. Feeds right wing to Montrell Oliver. Right corner for Martin. The hyper-athletic sophomore skips top of the key to Johnson. Johnson drives down the right side. Drops for Guy. With space, tries a three. Rattles out, no. Rebound tipped around. Snagged by Oliver and fouled on that effort. That's the first foul of the ball game on the Ducks. It looked like Aldrink maybe had the ball, couldn't quite snag it, and then the athleticism on the second attempt from Oliver is there. That fouled the first on Miles Steffen, the first on the Ducks. 4:15 in the first, 8-2 Zeeland West.
Oliver able to create that play just by jumping and getting hand up. Could let Aldrink secure that one, but able to elevate with him and get just enough of it. Eventually draw the foul underneath.
Keyshawn Johnson, right wing for James Martin with 4:11 in the first. Skips it, no look behind to a curling Mackay Guy who looks back to his uncle, head coach Keith Guy, and gets the new call in. A state champion on the football field. Mackay Guy running a different kind of offense and watched by a free safety and a quarterback for the other side. Trenton Bullhouse, top of the key. Skips left corner for Martin. Martin defended by Orion Yant loosely. To the free throw line for a curling Johnson. Feeds mid-range, right side, Montrell Oliver. Pull-up two is good. Again, the tough pull-up jumpers right now going, and off the made basket, Muskegon will set up the full-court defense. Aldrink blows by Oliver. Skips it left wing for Steffen. Left corner for Baker. Baker drives, cut off by Davis. Flips it right wing for Bullhouse. Skip pass, right block, Orion Yant. Turns the back on Johnson. Fakes, right-hand shot off the window and good. Tough finish for Orion Yant. He has got 4. All the way back down the floor. Right-hand finish. Terrence Davis is good. The big guy able to answer right back for the Big Reds right there. And they'll show some token pressure. Bullhouse able to beat it with 3:08 in the first. 10-6 is the lead for West. Bullhouse able to slip away from Guy. Feeds Yant to the basket. Right-hand shot blocked and a foul will send Orion Yant back to the stripe. Wild possession. Wound up working out for the West big man.
Mackay Guy providing a lot of on-ball pressure with Bullhouse. Really trying to get in there, potentially even draw a charge call against Bullhouse. But as he stumbled back and then went for the steal, Bullhouse able to get past him, slip it down to Yant. And now that Yant has the matchup against Johnson off the bench, due to the foul trouble of Watson, they've gone back-to-back possessions, been able to work the ball down low. Yant's been able to do some work in the paint.
First free throw misses for Yant. 3 minutes exactly to go. That foul was the first on Keyshawn Johnson. Second one, Yant, is good. And the lead stretches up to 5 as he has got 5 in the ball game. Right corner, Oliver, jump stop, leaning left-hand shot off the window and good. That was a crafty finish from Montrell Oliver. He's got 4 in the early goings of this one. 2:47 to go. Lead is 3 for Zeeland West.
Has been able to create some offense for the Big Reds, even when there really hasn't been a lot there. A tough mid-range jumper. That one driving strong with the left hand, able to bank it off the glass.
Miles Steffen to the left side. Feeds left corner onto Bullhouse. Back left wing to Steffen. Up top to Kai Anderson, who's checked on for the first time. All seniors in the starting lineup. Couple of juniors come off the bench for Coach Klein. Left wing, Bullhouse. Driving. Backs, turns on Guy. Flipping left-hand shot is short. Rebound tracked down by Davis. Skipped ahead for a running Mackay Guy. All the way to the basket. Two-hand shot. Blocked hard and fouled on his way to the basket. That will send Mackay Guy to the line for 2, and it looks like that's going to be the second foul on Miles Steffen. It is. 2:14 in the first, 11-8. And you're seeing what Muskegon can do even when things aren't going well to suddenly have a chance to close the lead within 1.
Very slow start offensively for the Big Reds, but they've been able to lock in on defense, get some stops. And there you see Mackay Guy handling the basketball, seizes the moment, understanding when to push it just a little bit, even though it's not in full transition. Sees the defense, slow to get back a little bit, able to work his way down low.
Guy misses the first free throw, has got one more coming up here. Bends the knees, right hand flick is pure. Guy able to hit 1 of 2 at the line. The lead is 2 with his first points, and the full court pressure is on. Man to man. In the backcourt, James Martin crouched, poking in on Miles Steffen, who stays out there with the 2 fouls. Steffen blows over the timeline, poked into the scorer's table by James Martin. It'll stay right side inbound with the Ducks. Slotak will come in for the first time. Merritt Aldrink will come back into the ball game as Bullhouse and Yant takes a seat. So Steffen with those 2 fouls will stick out there for the time being. 2:06 in the first, 11-9 is the Zeeland West lead. Inbounded into Steffen. Defended in the backcourt by James Martin, reaching in on him. Over the timeline, Steffen throws right corner for Kai Anderson. Coach Guy getting up from his seat to direct his defense. Right corner for Anderson. Up top for Steffen. Defended tightly, top of the key by Martin with 1:49 in the first. Steffen, left corner, Slotak, tries the 3. Rolls out, rebound, run 2 first by Terrence Davis, and Muskegon can tie or take the lead here. Over the timeline, Guy running to the basket. Left-hand shot, blocked by Anderson. Back to the way, Baker for Anderson. 1.5 to go in the first. Up top on for Steffen. What a defensive effort by Kai Anderson to meet Mackay Guy. On for Anderson. Head fake drive, gets cut off and fouled. That will be the 5th, and that will send Kai Anderson to the line for 2. The whistle is on Mackay Guy. That is his 2nd.
Quite the effort there on the offensive glass to keep that possession alive. Baker down low, able to volleyball slap it out of there, and then it was Merritt Aldrink who was laying on his back. He fell down after the missed shot, but able to gather the rebound, laying on the floor, pass it back out and keep it alive.
Anderson, first free throw is good, as he's got his first points of the game off the bench for the juniors. Steffen will take a seat. Bullhouse comes back in. Remember, Steffen right now minding a couple of fouls, both of his team's fouls. Anderson, one more at the line. Bends the knees, flicks it towards the basket, scores it. Anderson pure with both at the stripe. The lead is 13-9 for Zeeland West. On the floor, the sophomore guard, Arquez Petty, for the first time to run the offense here for the Big Reds. Looks back to Coach Guy, runs along the half-court line, and resets the offense with a left-hand dribble. 54 seconds. Gets met up defensively by Slotak. Goes around a screen right wing. Petty reaching pass, right block to Davis. Bodies up against Aldrink. Hook shot short. Rebound fought for by Bullhouse. Twisted up with Davis. They both go down to the floor. And the play will continue after they got tangled up. All the way to the basket. Aldrink clutches. Left-hand shot is good. What a finish from Merritt Aldrink. 15-9. Muskegon the other way. Martin, jump stop, grabbed and fouled. The shot after the whistle, swatted by Merritt Aldrink. But what a finish on the other end first from Aldrink. After a wild tie-up for the ball, they take it the other way, and Aldrink able to get the 2.
Yeah, he's had a handful of those here in this first quarter. It's exactly what the Ducks need, where even though the lane not completely open, he's got a body in front of him that's contested, but Aldrink just still going strong.
Martin gave it in to Davis, rattle into the rim, hook shot no good, 18 seconds to go, and it looks like West will likely hold for the final shot. Here's Merritt Aldrink, left wing. He'll run it down to the left block, and a push-off foul is called on Merritt Aldrink. He got that shoulder out, and he'll pick up his first foul of the ball game.
Pretty clear push-off right there, going to the left side. Dribbling with the left hand, Aldrink looking to make one more strong push to the basket. And extending the offhand with the right hand a little bit, shoving the defender down. Pretty clear offensive push-off.
Yant will come in for Aldrink. Final 9 seconds. 15-9, Zeeland West. Right wing, here's Martin curling in between the rings. To the left block for Davis with one. Hooks it up from the free throw line and scores it. I don't think Davis quite knew the time, but it didn't matter. He's able to get the finish there. We're going to step aside, be right back here. A 15-11 lead after one for Zeeland West.
It's a beautiful time of year, but for many, it is also the beginning of allergy season, which means lots of sneezing, itchy, watery eyes, runny nose, constant drainage, or ear pressure. These are all allergy symptoms we regularly treat. Don't let your allergy stop you from enjoying what you love to do outdoors. We have several ear, nose, throat, and allergy specialists ready to see you. Find us online at MichiganENTallergy.com. We look forward to helping you enjoy the outdoors again. It's a beautiful time of year, but for many, it is also the beginning of allergy season, which means lots of sneezing, itchy, watery eyes, runny nose, constant drainage, or ear pressure. These are all allergy symptoms we regularly treat. Don't let your allergy stop you from enjoying what you love to do outdoors. We have several ear, nose, throat, and allergy specialists ready to see you. Find us online at MichiganENTallergy.com. We look forward to helping you enjoy the outdoors again.
All right, welcome back. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you. 15-11 after one. I think probably about as good of a start as the Ducks could have asked for in this one. Only a 4-point lead, though. That's the difficulty of playing Muskegon. Again, Muskegon's giving up 32 points per game in the playoffs, and half of that just about got matched in the first quarter by Zeeland West. That shows how good of an offensive start the Ducks had.
Yeah, really strong start for the Ducks and able to get going early on. Merritt Aldrink, a big first quarter, 8 points, and really good start for the Ducks. The pressure more likely on them to try to get off to a quick start and then hold on to it. Big Reds a little bit more built to come back from a deficit.
Big Reds with the basketball as we get started, and right now tossing it around against a 2-3 zone being shown to them by West. Right wing swung to Johnson up top for Petty. Stops free throw line, back right wing Johnson. Tries a contested three over top of Bullhouse, no. Rebound bats around, came on to Martin, flies to the rim. Right hand floater, no off the back rim. Baker throws on to a running Steffen near side left to right. Here is Steffen up top for a spinning Aldrink into the paint, trying to reach a pass to Orion Yant that gets touched out of bounds by the Big Reds. And the always active head coach Keith Guy already really working the officials, I can say that much, after that last possession. Big Reds will stay on defense here. Miscommunication on the inbound. Orion Yant forced to sprint in front of the out-of-bounds line to save it for the Ducks. Handoff up top to Steffen. 50 seconds gone second quarter, 15-11, a travel. Left wing handoff to Aldrink, shuffled the feet. It'll go back the other way.
Oh, there is Aldrink cutting back towards the basket and then was going to curl back around and kind of nonchalant as he caught it. Took a little extra step in there as he was looking to put it on the deck, and the official right there to see it.
Ducks back to the zone. Petty tries a 25-foot three. Falls short. Rebound Aldrink off and running up the middle of the floor. Skips it left wing to Steffen. Steffen hesitates. Drives. Cut off short left corner. Over for Baker. Whip pass. Down low. Yant. Reverse layup is good. Pretty passing sequence right there. Yant now is 7. The lead is 17-11.
Yeah, got completely lost underneath. Somehow the defender not there, and it just took a second. Baker able to finally see him and then get the pass down there.
Right corner, Langston working against this swinging matchup 2-3 zone. Near side, Arquez Petty will set it up. The Big Reds having some big-time issues right now against the zone, CT.
Just working it around, have forced some tough shots and from beyond the arc as well.
Petty, floater, left block, short. Another tough one right there. And here comes Zeeland West back the other way with Miles Steffen. Hand off right corner to Bullhouse. Bullhouse to the top of the key, defended by Martin. Turns, flips up top to Baker. Baker drives on Langston, stops, spins at the block. Gave a shoulder, moved the back foot, and a travel will be called on Luke Baker. Just trying to pull that pivot foot, slid the back a little too much. 2 minutes exactly gone in the second quarter, 17-11. I wish you all could see the crowd in here. Every seat is full, and they are 2 or 3 deep in the corners as well around this place. It is going to explode down the stretch. Zeeland West back to the 2-3 zone. 5:53 to go in the second. 17-11. Here's Arquez Petty, right wing. Drops it there for Keyshawn Johnson. Across the floor, back to Petty, left wing. Petty to the top of the key. Throws it hard, left side. Martin, no look pass, top of the key. Stolen away from Bullhouse. Bullhouse drives the basket, stops. Clutches a left-hand shot, reaching from behind defensively. Martin there with a block. Here comes Martin the other way. Two-hand shot, swatted from below, but a shooting foul is called on Miles Steffen. That will be his third, and it will send Martin to the line.
Really big sequence right there for Martin. Both ends of the floor. Had the lazy pass that led to a turnover, but then chased it down, got the block on Bullhouse, able to turn that into going coast to coast the other way, drawing the foul. Big one against Stephen, who's now going to have to find the bench.
All right, free throw is good for Martin. Got 3 in the ball game now. 5:31 to go in the second. Baker also taking a seat here as Slotak comes back into the ball game along with Kai Anderson. So both juniors. This team goes 7 deep. 5 seniors that start for Zeeland West, and then 2 juniors that come off the bench. One more here for James Martin at the stripe. Martin offsets the right foot in front of the left. Bends the knees, flicks it up. Free throw rolls down and good. So Martin able to hit them both, and the lead goes down to 4. Full court pressure on Merritt Aldrink. Left to right, gave a shoulder over the timeline. Stops, flips it left wing to Slotak. Fakes a pass, drives. Right corner for Slotak to the free throw line. Jump stop up top for Anderson. Anderson lost his footing, able to regather it and regather the basketball. Throws it up top to Bullhouse to reset the offense. 17-13 with 5:09 to go in the second. Zeeland West the lead. Top of the key, Anderson. No look pass, right wing Aldrich. Jabs, drives, leaning shot off the window, reaching around the defender and good. What a finish by Aldrich. Back the other way, Muskegon is running once again. What a start for Aldrich in a double-digit scoring. Right corner. Clutched up 3, Keyshawn Johnson, no. Rebound left block, Langston turns, jump pass, right wing Johnson, drives the baseline, harassed by Yant, skip pass, right wing to Petty, left wing Martin with space, tries a 3, rattles out, no. Rebound down to Merritt Aldrich.
The Reds continue to fight it from beyond the arc. They've had quite a few looks at from three-point range and have not been able to knock anything down yet. Part of that zone defense we saw that the Ducks now gone away from, but forcing the Big Reds to shoot those deep threes.
Bullhouse drives the lane, feeds right wing to Anderson, backs it out, 4:16 in the second. 19-13 Zeeland West. Slotak top of the key. Slotak swings left wing for Yant. Yant with a left-hand dribble, backs it to the right wing. Hesitates, drives, jump stop, works the pivot, jump pass to the corner, high pointed, stolen by James Martin. He's off and running. Martin, leaning shot in the lane, no. Rebound tipped from behind by Langston, will not go on the rattle, and back the way comes West. Forced down left block from Aldrin to Yant. Up top, Bullhouse swings Anderson with space, tries a 3, yes! Kai Anderson, timeout Muskegon! Unbelievable scene. Zeeland West, it looks like they're getting the exact kind of ball game that Coach Klein would have drawn up. They lead at 22-13 with 3:39 of the second. And attention all golfers, if you want to keep your game in shape, the Leaderboard Indoor Golf has you covered. With over 500 courses, a full bar, and 17 TVs, the Leaderboard Indoor Golf is the perfect place to work on your game, host events and parties, and compete in leagues. Visit theleaderboardgolf.com or call 616-500-8709 to book your tee time today. You couldn't draw it up any better right now if you are the Ducks, CT.
Yeah, you really could, and I think doing everything really well for the Ducks right now on offense. Merritt Aldrich having a big game here in the first half, already in double digits with 10 points on defense. The Big Reds continuing to fight it a little bit. Team that was a little bit slower offensively coming into this one, just 13 points here, well into the second quarter, and forced to take a lot of contested shots and not shooting a very high percentage right now.
Again, Arquez Petty still running the offense right now with Mackay Guy in a little bit of trouble in terms of fouls. 2-3 zone being shown again by West. Left corner with some space. Johnson clutches up an ugly 3. Missed it all strong. He was in between decisions right there. Bullhouse stopped in the backcourt. Throws it all the way near side to a sprinting Baker. He'll take it over the timeline. 3:17 in the second. Baker, no look pass. Anderson tries another 3. Splash! Kai Anderson again! And the lead is 25-13. Back the other way, the Big Reds. Shot in the lane is good. And a foul as James Martin muscles that one in.
Really speeding up there a little bit as Kai Anderson now on fire. A couple threes in the second quarter. Pretty quick succession. He's been huge off the bench for the Ducks. 8 points, and then James Martin, who's been the only offense for the Big Reds now in the second quarter. He's got 4. The and one chance right here. He's pretty much just put his head down and tried to make something happen and able to do so again.
Free throw is short. West back the other way. 3:03 to go in the second. Left wing Baker stops against the pressure. Feeds right wing to Aldrich. Good feed down low. Driving to the basket. Yant reverse layup gets hacked and fouled on his way down to the floor. And that will send Orion Yant to the stripe on the James Martin foul. Martin is slow to get up. He's grabbing his right ankle. He got landed on awkwardly, and the trainers are going to come over to have to take a look at James Martin right here. This is a big moment because he certainly has been the best and really the only solid offensive option for the Big Reds right now, CT.
Yeah, he's been one of the few bright spots for Muskegon in the first half and got tied up there with Yant as he committed the foul down low. It was underneath the basket, and the entry pass coming to Yant, who was curling right around the right block area. Looked like they got tied up lower body and went down, and Martin back up to his feet here. We'll see how much time he's going to have to miss, as hopefully just tweaked an ankle a little bit and can get back out there because he's been leading the Big Reds the last couple minutes.
He is up under his own power right here. .256 to go, second quarter. 4 timeouts remaining for Muskegon, 5 for Zeeland West. And it will be Orion Yant going back to the stripe. He's been very solid down low, to say the least, so far in this ball game, dealing with the size of guys like Terrence Davis. I mean, the energy in the gym, the energy of the players. This is going to be an electric finish to this ball game, however you may cut it. At the line, Orion Yant wears 13, traveling black uniform. Right-hand free throw, too strong, no good. He's got one more coming up with 2:56 in the second. One more for Yant. Bends the knees, flicks it up with the right. Scores it. Able to hit that one pure. The lead stretches to 11. He's got 8 in the ball game. We've got 2:53 in the second, and Zeeland West is back to this super effective straight 2-3 zone. Arquez Petty with some frustration barking out calls. Feeds left corner onto Johnson. Up top for Petty. Petty starts the dribble. Skipping pass, right wing Langston tries a contested 3, rattles out, rebound Montrell Oliver to keep the possession. Up top for Petty, drives into the zone, jump stop, handoff, cutting to the basket, Langston. Right hand finish is good, and that's a good one through traffic to make it 26-17. In the backcourt, full court pressure here on Merritt Aldrich. He'll take it up with a right-hand dribble and cross over the timeline, defended by Montrell Oliver. 2:14 and less in the second. 26-17 Zeeland West. Bounding to the lane, Aldrich. Two-hand finish short, but a foul as he takes it strong. And Merritt Aldrich will now go to the stripe. That foul is on Oliver. And if the count on the board is correct, that's his 4th, which I do not believe it is, but the first free throw is good for Merritt Aldrich.
I believe the scoreboard is correcting that here. I don't believe that is the 4th foul on Oliver there. Checking that right now. Both sides are to make sure that that's not right.
All right, Aldrich able to hit them both at the stripe, making a 28-17 lead. Over the timeline, Petty against the zone. Up top for Oliver. Oliver steady, stutters. Right wing on to Petty. Floater in the lane, no. Rebound through the hands of Aldrich, ripped down by Baker. Here comes West the other way with 1:55 in the first half. They lead 28-17. Aldrich up top, drives the lane, left corner all alone. Baker 3, splash! Right down the hatch, 31-17. Zeeland West. Luke Baker the triple. Back the other way, off the drive. Petty, tough, reaching right-hand shot is good to answer back from the sophomore. West will slow it down. Inside 90 seconds to go in the second. Muskegon's given up 32 points per game in the playoffs. Zeeland West has 31 in the first half. Left wing for Baker. Baker on the drive, stops at the elbow. Free throw line, slow talk. Nice pass. On for Bolhouse, feeds a cutting Yant, tipped around and stolen away by Johnson. Petty back the other way, down 31-19. Petty, jump stop, left wing, catch and shoot 3, Johnson, good. Right down the hatch for Keyshawn Johnson. 31-22 with 52 and less in the first half.
First 3 of the first half for the Big Reds right there. Petty able to drive and kick it back out. Finally able to get one on the board and cut it back down to single digits.
Slow talk right wing with 38, defended by Petty. To the left elbow, hands it off left wing for Baker. Baker will back it out. drives on Terrence Davis with 29 in front of the half-court line. Baker locked up, 5-second call on, able to exit pass left corner for Slotak. Left wing for Yant with 22, drops it to Aldrich with 19. New call being barked in right here by Coach Klein to Aldrich with 14 seconds, up 31-22 in the second. Aldrich with 10. Defended here by Johnson with 7. Down the left side, Aldrich stops at the elbow with 4. Clutching shot off the window and a travel first with 3.4. That'll send it back the other way. Martin and Watson will check in for Coach Guy, along with Guy.
Ducks right there trying to set up a drive. ISO with Aldrich driving to the left side, but cut off. Looked like he might have had an option to try to kick it to the corner and potentially have the open 3 there, but tried to make that extra step to get closer to the basket, ended up traveling. That's going to give the Big Reds one more possession here to try to get the last shot.
Some three-quarter court pressure being shown right here by the Ducks with 3.4 seconds. Baseline on his own baseline inbound to Oliver. Onto a sprinting Guy over the timeline. Guy runs to the basket, floater off the side of the backboard, no good. And we've reached halftime. We go to our Farmers Insurance halftime show. You can hear the Zeeland West faithful in the background. They lead at 31-22. You couldn't have drawn it up any better if you're Coach Klein of the Ducks, CT.
You really couldn't have. About best case scenario in the first half for Zeeland West right there, playing really well on both ends of the floor. The offense having one of their best games, getting just about everybody scoring on that end. And on defense, kept the struggling Big Reds offense at bay for the most part, just 22 points at the half. And they've been able to control the game to this point a couple different times. It's going to be holding up in the second half where they've had some issues, and Big Red's going to be looking for a comeback once again.
Other game on Michigan Sports Radio, a good one at the half as well. Grand Rapids Christian leading Catholic Central 30-23. We've got a lot to get to. Do not go anywhere. We've got a ton of highlights to get to. We've got some stats and much more here on our Farmers Insurance halftime show. 31-22. Zeeland West looking to keep the Cinderella run alive. They lead Muskegon at the break. We'll be right back.
Looking for a great place to buy a used truck or car? Check out Extreme Truck and Auto Center, located at 1098 O'Malley Drive in Coopersville. They have a huge selection of trucks, cars, vans, and SUVs. Stop by their lot or give them a call at 616-384-3777. You can check out their inventory at xtacenter.com.
Michigan hearing experts sell and service several brands of hearing aids. Are you having trouble having a conversation or unable to hear the latest play of the game? We perform comprehensive hearing exams and use real ear measurements to ensure optimal functioning hearing aids for your unique needs. Our highly trained doctors of audiology are dedicated to helping you reconnect with your world. Visit MichiganHearingExperts.com to find a location near you and take the first step towards better hearing with Michigan Hearing Expert.
Cornerstone University.
The professors are very open to helping whenever they can.
Academic excellence, character-driven athletics, Christ-centered community involvement.
Cornerstone has been a great opportunity for me to grow as a leader, just being able to approach people and be warm and welcoming and hospitable.
Experience it for yourself. Attend a Golden Eagle Day at Cornerstone for a taste of campus life and the chance to meet faculty and staff. To arrange a visit for your high school junior or senior, go to cornerstone.edu. Cornerstone University. Build a life that matters.
The Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame celebrates the city's rich sports history by honoring prominent West Michigan athletes and those who have contributed greatly to sports on a local, state, or national level. A class is elected each year and then honored at an induction ceremony in the fall. They also prevent annual events in support of West Michigan athletics, and they raise funds to support local youth organizations and charities. Follow them on Facebook or check out the pictures and biographies of all 181 inductees at grshof.com.
All right, welcome back. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you here, CT, into our Farmers Insurance halftime show. 31-22 at the break. Zeeland West over Muskegon. I'll hand it over to you. You can take us through our scoring recap right now.
All right, we'll start with the Big Reds. For Muskegon, Martin led the way with 6 points. Oliver and Davis each with 4. Johnson with 3. Langston and Petty with 2, and Mackay Guy with 1 point. For the Zeeland West Ducks, Aldrich led the way, 12 points. Then Yant and Anderson both with 8, and Baker with 3.
I mean, again, like we said, you couldn't draw it up any better for Zeeland West. They're hitting shots. The X factor, though, very clearly has been Kai Anderson. Those two massive massive threes coming off the bench, big momentum boosters as well. Let's take a look at some of the big plays from this ball game. Let's start with this tough finish from Merritt Aldrich in the first half here to extend the lead to, at the time, 19-13. Bullhouse to reset the offense. 17-13 with 5:09 to go in the second. Zeeland West the lead. Top of the key, Anderson. No look pass, right wing Aldrich. Jabs, drives, leaning shot off the window, reaching around the defender and good. What a finish. And then I mentioned Kai Anderson. How about back-to-back? We'll have them each here. A couple of really incredible threes to run up the score a little bit. And back the way comes West. Forced down left block from Aldrin to Yant. Up top, Bullhouse swings Anderson with space, tries a three. Yes! Kai Anderson! Timeout, Muskegon! One more here from Kai Anderson. Baker, he'll take it over the timeline. 3:17 in the second. Baker, no look pass. Anderson tries another three. Splash! Kai Anderson again! And the lead is 25-13. Back the other way, the Big Reds. And lastly, it's the Muskegon sharpshooter, Luke Baker, the last of this three-point assault that they started to put on at the end of this ball, or the end of this first half, I should say. Ripped down by Baker. Here comes West the other way with 1:55 in the first half. They lead 28-17. Aldrich up top, drives the lane, left corner all alone. Baker three, splash! Right down the hatch, 31. All right, there are some of your looks back in the first half. 31-22, a nearly 10-point lead for Zeeland West. I think the only thing is a couple of points maybe left out there on the defensive end right at the end of the half that certainly Coach Klein is hoping don't come back to haunt them. You know that you're going to need to take absolutely every point you can to beat the Big Reds.
Yeah, they sure are. I think not a ton of room for error. You got a team on the ropes, but this Muskegon team's been here before. They've seen deficits like this, and they're able to play some of their best basketball in some of these tough moments like this. And so it's going to take the complete game. That's what we've seen the first two times that these teams played. Muskegon's been down at the half, able to come back and clutch things out in the end. And so the Ducks looking to replicate that first half in order to try to win this matchup. All right, we're going to step aside, be right back with a lot more to get to in our Farmers Insurance Halftime Show. 31-22, Zeeland West over Muskegon at the half in the Division I the Division I state quarterfinal. The winner is out of the Breslin Center.
As the voice of Michigan's student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports should be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
in which interscholastic athletes can thrive.
We believe that athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe that students in the stands should have fun,
but not take away the focus from the game.
We believe coaches should act like teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and support their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports,
and respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while keeping a high level of respect between all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game.
We are Centennial Securities,
an independent firm with a team of committed professionals
who strive to exceed our clients' expectations by giving outstanding service.
We're proud to be part of our community where we live and work.
Upgrade to Music Jams Premium to get uninterrupted listening on all your favorite tunes. Click here to start your 7-day free trial.
If it's important, it's not worth compromising. Which is why with Farmers, you don't have to compromise quality to get great savings on your insurance. I got this.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, Every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
All right, welcome back to Grand Haven. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timber, game night on Michigan Sports Radio. Final minute before the third quarter. All right, CT, set us up here as we wrap up our Farmers Insurance halftime show. What are each of these coaches looking at? I mean, that zone so effective for Zeeland West. Mackay Guy likely coming back, might help against that. I mean, it's kind of going to base around, can Zeeland West keep shooting, and can that zone keep frustrating the Big Reds?
Yeah, for sure. I think Zeeland West offense, it's about as good of a first half as they've ever played, and got scoring up and down their lineup from their main guys that really shoot the basketball well. It's going to take a lot of continued hot shooting from them. But on the defensive end, curious to see if they go back to that 2-3 zone. As you mentioned, force the Big Reds. The offense that's already struggling a little bit into some deep contested shots, allowed them to cut off some driving lanes, which is what the Big Reds did so well in the last matchup between these two. But as you mentioned, Mackay Guy going to be back out there. Justin Watson, who was in some foul trouble as well, one of their better deep-range shooters, going to be back out there after battling some foul trouble in the first half. So we'll see if the Ducks defense can continue to frustrate the Big Reds in the second half.
All right, here we go. Zeeland West traveling black uniforms, numbers in white, trimmed in gold. It's the home whites for the Big Reds. Big Reds written across the chest, and the numbers in black, trimmed in red. Coach Keith Guy, Coach David Klein get their final words in, and we'll break the huddle for the second half. 8 fresh minutes up on the center Jumbotron here at the Grand Haven Fieldhouse, and we are ready to go for a big second half in this one. It will be the Ducks getting the ball to start the second half. They go right to left across the radio dial or your computer screen. And Miles Steffen will run the offense here as the Big Reds will go to a 2-3 zone of their own. It's a trap as they sprint on to Steffen, who feeds it right wing to Bolhouse. Up top for Steffen here. The Big Reds watching. Now out of a 1-2-2 trap. Left wing Baker. Free throw line Aldrich. Aldrich reaching pass left corner for Baker. Baker up top for Steffen. Left wing to Aldrich. Here comes the trap up top to Steffen, right wing to Bolhouse. Bolhouse is trapped, lowers the shoulder, gets tied up by Guy, and the possession goes back the other way with the Big Reds. There is your adjustment from Coach Guy. A havoc half-court trap.
Yeah, right away forcing the issue against Zeeland West in the half court. If you listen to the end of the Forest Hill Central game, even though Zeeland West held on to that when they had some major issues with that havoc-style defense, trying to hold on to the lead, valuing the basketball, they turned it over a bunch.
Right wing, Justin Watson, the lefty, a triple. High arcing three off the connector, no. Rebound down to Merritt Aldrich. He'll start it up right to left, slowly over the timeline. Gets met up by Montreal Oliver. 7:16 and less to go in the third. Drives in, gets grabbed right elbow by Oliver for the first foul of the quarter on either team. 7:13 in the third, 31-22. That is the second foul on Montreal Oliver. Baseline right inbound here for Miles Steffen. Steffen looking to lob in against the pressure, having some difficulties. Clutches one in, right wing to Yant. Yant will start the dribble to the free throw line. Stops, feeds up top in between the rings to Bolhouse to reset the offense. Bolhouse poked by Guy, out of bounds. It will stay with Zeeland West. Mackay Guy very, very active right now on Trenton Bolhouse defensively.
Yeah, right in his face and continue to keep active hands there, able to poke that one free. Even though it goes out of bounds, out of Guy, or it keeps the pressure on and allows them to get back into their defense and try to force the issue once again.
First minute gone, third quarter, 31-22, Zeeland West. Right wing, Steffen, defended by Martin, and a push-off gets called on a lowering of his shoulder from Miles Steffen. 6:53 in the third, one on either team. Sorry, that was Trenton. It's Trenton Bolhouse who picks up his first, wrong guard, and he'll go back the other way, Guy and company.
Yeah, it was Bolhouse off the ball, was cutting in the middle of the lane, pushing off, trying to create a passing lane there to get the ball.
Ducks out of their 2-3 zone. Right corner Martin skips right wing to Guy. Free throw line Davis. Right corner Martin. Baseline drive. Flying two-hand shot over top of Aldrich. Too strong. Rebound down to Orion Yant. And Yant will run it up himself. 6.5 to go. Yant directing traffic over the timeline. Turns the back on Montreal Oliver. Feeds with two hands left wing to Baker. Up top, staying on the Grand Haven logo to Miles Steffen with 6:20 and less in the third. 31-22 Zeeland West. Loosely watched by Watson. Steffen to the left wing. Steffen to the volleyball line. Across the floor, right side, feeds left wing to Yant, has an open three, stares at the basket, jump stop, works the pivot, leaning shot, short, board down to Terrence Davis. 2 minutes gone, third quarter, no one scored yet, 31-22. Right wing, Davis drives the basket, right hand, hook shot, short, rebound, Aldrich right to left, running over the timeline, forced pass, into the face of Guy, batted back to Aldrich, left corner Baker, triple try, back rim no, good board, hunted down by Bolhouse, drives, clutches, scores off the window. What an effort by Trenton Bolhouse.
First points of the game for Bolhouse, big right there off the offensive glass.
All the way down the floor, a foul on the floor against the Ducks. It'll go on Bolhouse for his second of the ball game. 5:34, third quarter. 33-23. Baseline right inbound for Mackay Guy. Guy with two hands on the ball, feeds right block to Martin, turns in the paint, right hand shot over top of Yant is good, and a foul. Tough finish from James Martin.
James Martin continues to be the go-to guy for the Big Reds here in this game. Leads the Big Reds now with 8 points, and when they need a tough bucket, they've been going to him, able to get it right off the inbound pass, down low, let him go right into the chest of the defender, and another chance for an and one.
Chance for another and one right here. Missed the end of it last time. Free throw up and good. Able to get the touch off the back rim for James Martin. And the lead goes to 33-25. Full court pressure. Inbound to Aldrich, who's fouled hard from behind by James Martin. The Muskegon fans are running off their bottom floor seats, making a lot of noise right now, but a pretty clear foul right there on Martin from behind, who picks up his second.
Yeah, Aldrich able to reach back and grab the basketball. Martin a split second too late, running through the arms of Aldrich and committing the foul.
All right, here's Bolhouse working against the trap over the half-court line. Skipping pass, right side, into the right corner for Yant. Yant stops short, feeds on Aldrich, left-hand shot blocked, and a foul will send him to the line. 3 fouls now on either team in the quarter, and that is the third foul on James Martin. Merritt Aldrich to the stripe, 5:16 in the third. A game that's starting to slop up a little bit right now, CT.
Yeah, it sure is. Both teams playing some really aggressive defense, forcing the officials to have to make some calls, and both teams really playing some aggressive defense. There, the Ducks finally able to beat it. Once you get the ball past the double team or the trap there, they got to go quick, and able to do so and get it to Aldrich.
Aldrich pure with both. He's been very good at the line. The lead goes back up to 10 points. Left to right, Mackay Guy runs it over the timeline. Gets met up top of the key by the 2-3 zone. It's Bolhouse and Steffen on the point of the zone. Right wing Watson back up top to Guy. Reaching pass. Poked by Steffen. Nearly saved her on the end line by Martin, but he stepped out of bounds. It was going off of Steffen. Martin tried to grab it. He steps out of bounds. It's Zeeland West basketball with 5:05 in the third.
Great recover defensively on that side by Steffen, able to get just a piece of it. As you mentioned, would have gone out of bounds. Martin thought he could get to it, but a little bit late and stepping out of bounds as he gathered possession.
Steffen able to beat Martin over the timeline. 3 minutes gone. Into the paint, right corner Yant. Extra pass to Bolhouse. Back to Yant, right corner. Probing in. Spin move. To the basket. Blocked away. Regathered by Yant. Hands it off for Aldrich. Power dribble. Leaning shot short. Fight for the rebound. To a side. Ripped out of there by Aldrich. A held ball will stay with Zeeland West. Quick whistle right there off the tough grab from Aldrich. It will stay with Zeeland West regardless. Petty will come in for Martin.
Very quick whistle down low. I think Aldrich wanted him to let that one play out, and he probably would have had the putback right there. But in a game like this, you don't want to let it play out too long as well. I kind of understand from the officials' perspective. You don't want bodies getting thrown around in a situation like that. So the whistle probably a bit quick right there, but just trying to prevent anything from happening down low.
4:42, left corner, Steffen. Driving, step back three, short rebound, Yant, short left corner, whips it around up top for Baker. Baker drops it for Bolhouse right corner, stops defended by Guy, feeds to Baker in the corner. Baker to the free throw line for Yant, backing to the block, turns the shoulder, gave a shoulder onto Martin. Hook shot strong, fight for the board, this one down to Guy. Throws it the length of the floor and nicely defended and paddled out of bounds by Merritt Aldrich. It will stay with Muskegon, but Aldrich able to save an easy 2 on the court long pass.
Able to read that one, get just enough of it. Now defense can reset a little bit as the Big Reds are looking to get out and run.
4:17 in the third. Here comes Keyshawn Johnson in for Justin Watson, who's a little roughed up, and here comes Kai Anderson. He had 8 points off the bench in the first half. He'll be in for Miles Steffen, who Point A for Stefan, not able to add any more fouls to his total as he was working a little bit of foul trouble. Lobbed into Oliver, top of the key. Oliver drives on Yant, now gets picked up by Aldrich, clutches, two-hand shot, strong, and it's going back the other way with Merritt Aldrich slowly. Halfway through the third quarter, Aldrich trap, throws right elbow to Bullhouse, up top. Anderson tries a three, off the back rim, no. Rebound Yant, drops it for Anderson. Left corner Baker, quick trigger triple, rattles out, rebound Orion Yant, and he gets fouled hard from behind, feet taken out from under him by Terrence Davis, and the Ducks are one away from the bonus. 3:52 in the third. An aggressive game, getting up that much more right now with 3:52 in the third.
Multiple offensive rebounds for the Ducks on that possession, and Merritt Aldrich playing almost near the half-court line, and Oliver guarding him the entire way, just making sure he didn't touch the basketball, but that really spread the floor out, allowed the Ducks to get the offensive rebound a couple different times.
Langston for Davis, right corner inbound to Baker, swings right wing to Kai Anderson. Anderson defended by Petty tightly here. 5-second clock is on, feeds left wing to Bullhouse. Bullhouse around a screen, skips it in between the rings to Yant with 3:40 in the third. 35-25 Zeeland West. Orion Yant, jump stop, free throw line. Works the pivot, left wing for Baker. Baker curls to the free throw line, turns his back, leaning shot off the window, no. Rebound Langston, and Guy is off and running with 3:24 in the third. Guy to the free throw line, up top, Langston triple try, high off the connector, no. Rebound Johnson, keeps the possession alive, skips it left wing to Guy. Long three, too strong. Rebound ripped down by Orion Yant through the traffic. Bodies collapsing on the other end of the floor, skips it on to Baker. Reverse layup is good. Back the other way, a drive by Petty and a whistle. It's going to be a shooting foul, and it will send Petty to the line. The foul is on Kai Anderson.
It's the story of the game on that last sequence right there. The Big Reds couple clean looks at three, didn't hit either one of them. Turns into a 3-on-2 for Zeeland West. They capitalize on it, get the two, but every time the Ducks have made a bucket like that and extended the lead, right away the Big Reds down the floor trying to make something happen on the other end.
Free throw, Petty, too strong, has one more coming. That's the second foul on Kai Anderson. Both teams with 4 fouls right now. 2:57 in the third. 37-25 Zeeland West. They have upped the lead in the third quarter as the pressure has come from Muskegon. Petty bends the knees. Free throw through the noise is good as the sophomore is able to knock down his third point of the ball game. 2:56 in the third. Left wing for Baker against the trap, up top for Bullhouse. Back left wing to Baker. Baker across short right corner to Yant. Yant in between the rings to Anderson. Flips it just to his left side to Bullhouse. He'll start the dribble, back right side to Anderson. Anderson, pass tips, settle down, left wing Baker. Into the right corner on for Yant. Right wing for Anderson. 2.5 to go, third quarter. Left corner with space. Baker three, falls short, rebound Mackay Guy, off and running, lost the handle, stolen by Aldrich, clutches, left hand shot is good from Merritt Aldrich. 2-3 zone back on. 2:16 in the third. 39-26 Zeeland West. Guy, pull up mid-range jumper, rattles out, rebound Aldrich through some contact. Onto a running Luke Baker with 2:05 in the third. Skips it left corner to Bullhouse. Jabs, drives, spins. Left block, pulls it out, keeping the dribble. Bullhouse all the way up top, watched by Elijah Langston. 1:54 and less in the third quarter. 39-26. Bullhouse behind the back dribble. Here comes the trap. Feeding free throw line out of the reach of Yant. Yant able to regather. Got poked and fouled by Mackay Guy. That will send Orion Yant to the stripe. 1:46 in the third. 39-26.
Big Red's finally able to poke the ball free. Very close to a turnover there, but Yant able to recover just enough. Get a piece of that one. If Mackay Guy didn't commit that foul, it would have been an easy slip down pass to Baker and an easy lay-in.
Free throw rattles down good for Orion Yant, 40-26. He's got 9 with 1:46. That is the third foul here in the third quarter on Mackay Guy. Second one for Yant, right hand free throw, good. What a game from Orion Yant in this one, 41-26. A 15-point lead. Petty, left wing Johnson, lost the handle and regathers, skips it up top to Petty again. Petty against the zone, feeds right wing to Mackay Guy. 2-3 zone sticking out there right now. Guy right wing for Petty, inside 90 seconds in the third. Right wing for Petty. Petty reaching pass, kicked by Bullhouse. A whistle will stay with the Big Reds. 1:23 in the third. Even with both guards out there right now, the 2-3 zone continuing to mystify. It's all that length that Zeeland West has out of the zone, mystifying the Big Red attack right now.
Yeah, really, the Big Reds haven't had an answer for it. They've tried to shoot from over top of the defense, haven't had it, and they've had serious issues trying to enter those passes in the mid-range.
Johnson clutches up a tough contested three from the corner, falls short, rebound down to Merritt Aldrich. He'll be pressured by Oliver in the full court. Left-hand dribble, runs over the timeline with 1:07. Dumps a pass right wing to Bolhouse. Defended by Mackay Guy. Bolhouse harassed to the half-court line. Guy sticking with him. Bolhouse turns on the pivot, exit pass top of the key to Yant. Yant with 55 seconds will pull it out right side. Here comes the trap, lobs over for Anderson. Left wing with space, Luke Baker three. Falls short, rebound, tracked down by Bolhouse. Right wing for Yant. Somehow able to slip through, get the board. 41 seconds to go in the third. Yant feeding in front of the timeline to Anderson with 37. 41-26 Zeeland West over Muskegon. Late third quarter with 30 seconds. Here's Anderson right wing to the corner for Baker. Baker out of the trap for Anderson. Reaching pass, clutching, Bolhouse, left-hand shot is good for Bolhouse. 43-26, final 17 seconds of the third. Against the zone, left wing Petty tries a 25-foot three. Rebound down off a missed short shot to Langston, and Langston able to score it in off the window. Final 5 seconds. Bolhouse sent down to the floor, flips it to Yant with one. Yant, half-court heave. Off the backboard, no. We've reached the end of the third, and the lead has grown for Zeeland West. 43-28. We're going to step aside and be right back.
The 76 Diner and Truck Stop would like to invite you and your families to come and check out their diner. With locations in both Breslin Center and Coopersville, they're a great place to stop before or after the game. They have a wide variety of menu choices to feed all the kids. They serve breakfast hot all day, and they're able to accommodate all of your large group needs. Their full menu is available for takeout orders, and they have online ordering at 76truckstopdiner.com.
Welcome back. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, fourth quarter on deck. We just heard the call to his guys as they ran out from Coach Klein. Stay composed right here, boys. That's all they need. They lead at 43-28. The Big Reds get the lead, or get the ball trailing to start the final frame. They'll start it up left to right, and they'll get ready to start it up right here against this terrific Ducks defense down the stretch, who goes back a little bit more man-to-man. Right corner, Justin Watson, three, good, and a foul! Watson gets tripped up after he knocks down a corner three. He'll go to the line for one more with 7:51 in the fourth.
Big for the comeback for the Big Reds to start the fourth quarter right there, and you can hear the Big Reds fans trying to encourage the team. Is a big moment right there. But Watson, his first points of the game, chance for a 4-point play.
Free throw up, rattles out, no good. Board ripped down by Mackay Guy. Keeps the possession going, races to the left corner. Skips it up top to Watson. Left wing for Guy. Zeeland West going back man-to-man to start this possession. Up top, Guy. 30 seconds gone in the fourth, 43-31. Guy taking his time to the left side. Around a Davis screen. Fakes a three. Feeds down left block. Davis into the lane. Offensive foul. Drawn by Orion Yant.
Can't overstate how well of a game Orion Yant has played here tonight. He might not be the leading scorer at the end of the night, but he's played a tremendous game, and he's got double digits on the offensive end, and on defense playing really well. Terrence Davis was the leading scorer for the Big Reds in the last matchup, and Yant playing really strong on the defensive end in the paint, holding up right there, drawing the offensive call.
Full court trap is on. Stephan to Bolhouse, runs over the timeline to beat the pressure. 40 seconds gone in the final frame. 43-31. Free throw line, Aldrich. Double teamed. Aldrich feeding in between the rings to Bolhouse. Left wing to Baker. all the way across right side to Steffen. Steffen poked from behind by Martin, stolen away by Davis. First minute gone, final quarter, 43-31. Reaching pass, short left corner. Oliver drives, clutches, right-hand shot, good for Oliver. The run back is starting for the Big Reds, and the pressure gets the ball paddled back into the student section. Will stay with Zeeland West, and Coach Klein needs his first time out of the ball game. You can feel the momentum shifting right now between each of these sides. We're going to step aside and be right back.
Hearing experts sell and service several brands of hearing aids. Are you having trouble having a conversation or unable to hear the latest play of the game? We perform comprehensive hearing exams and use real ear measurements to ensure optimal functioning hearing aids for your unique needs. Our highly trained doctors of audiology are dedicated to helping you reconnect with your world. Visit MichiganHearingExperts.com to find a location near you and take the first step towards better hearing with Michigan Hearing Expert.
All right, welcome back to March on MGN. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, 6:43 to go in the fourth. And a terrific start for the Big Red CT. A 5-0 run to start things in this final frame. And it's been that full court havoc defense that's coming right back out here for them. And it's not going to go anywhere the rest of the ball game.
Yeah, it's going to be on the Ducks to try to come up with something to break it and close this game out after just 6 points scored in the third quarter for the Big Reds. They've already got 5 here early in the fourth and trying to make this comeback.
Bullhouse against the pressure from Mackay Guy. Left-hand dribble, offensive foul. Wow. A foul gets whistled on Bullhouse. He gave a bit of a shoulder. That'll be his third. And the Big Reds will take it back over.
A bit of a bump off way in the backcourt. Bullhouse trying to create something with a dribble to get up the floor. And the guards of the Big Reds doing so well, staying in front, forcing that push off.
Martin issues on the inbound. It is deflected by Baker, settled down by Davis. Right corner, Martin, triple try. Off the back rim, no. The rebound goes off the heel of Kai Anderson, out of bounds, stays with the Big Reds. 6.5 to go, fourth quarter.
Anderson never able to get his head around, was trying to get the box out on Oliver on the weak side. Never saw the basketball, went off his foot.
Lead is 10. Inbound, right elbow to Oliver. Right corner to Mackay Guy. Up fake, feeds Watson with space. Triple, high arcing shot off the heel, no. Rebound, battled for, poked up in the air. Bodies collide, out of bounds. It'll be last out off of Zeeland West. Orion Yant will come into the ball game as Kai Anderson, who took a shot to the side of the face, will check out. 6:18 to go in the fourth. 10-point lead for Zeeland West. Baseline left inbound here for Mackay Guy. Guy, left wing, through the hands of Martin, stepped out of bounds. A tough pass from Guy. Palms up goes Martin. They have words, and now Zeeland West takes over after the mistake. Kai Anderson right back in the ball game for Orion Yant with 6:16 in the fourth.
James Martin didn't love the location of that pass from Mackay Guy. He kind of felt like it was put in a spot where he had to elevate, and the only place he could land was out of bounds.
Inbounded to Aldrink midway in the backcourt. He's trapped up, throws over the timeline to Bullhouse. Left corner for Baker, back to Bullhouse. Right corner, Anderson. Reaching pass, right wing for Steffen. Defended by Martin, man-to-man. He'll back it out with 6:05. 10-point lead for Zeeland West. Defended across the floor, left wing. Stutter step, drives, Steffen, right-hand shot off the window, no, but he's bumped and fouled from behind. Steffen goes to the line. That's the kind of possession that Zeeland West is looking for right now.
Much more under control and great use of the hesitation by Steffen, who has yet to score. Gets past the defender on the crossover, gets in the middle of the lane, and then sells like he's going to kick it out, draws the defense over, and finally able to attack.
That is the fourth foul on James Martin. Free throw, Steffen, good. He's got one more coming up. Yant comes back in for Anderson, and Johnson will come in for Martin. One more for Steffen at the stripe. 5:58 to go in the fourth. 44-33. Stares at the basket. Right hand free throw. Good. Hit them both pure. And able to stretch the lead to 45-33. 5:56 and less to go. Zeeland West back to the 2-3 zone right here. Right wing for Mackay Guy. Right corner for Johnson. Back up top to Guy. Guy angles left wing, directing traffic. Lobbing down low to Davis. Able to snag it. Power dribble. Hook shot. Good. Tough finish from Terrence Davis right there. He's got 6 in the full court pressure back on here. Up 45-35. Inbounded to Aldrink. Runs down the right side. Aldrink collision with Oliver. No foul. Thrown over the timeline to Steffen. Steffen right corner Yant. Yant to the free throw line. Angles to the left wing, loosely watched by Watson. Throws to his right side to Steffen with 5:15. Steffen down the left side. Left corner to Bolhouse. Bolhouse up top to Baker. Baker to the right wing, drops it for Orion Yant. Yant on the weave for Steffen. Steffen around a Yant screen, top of the key. He'll back it out, 5 minutes to go. Lead is 10. Right corner for Baker. Baker lobbing volleyball line to Bolhouse. Underhand flip to Steffen as they're killing clock, CT. Steffen off the drive, turns, hands it off, cutting to the basket. Right hand shot, Baker rattles out, no, but a foul will send Luke Baker to the stripe. 4:44 in the ball game. That one is the fourth now on Mackay Guy. 4 on Guy, 4 on Martin.
Some serious foul trouble for the Big Reds. That 5 minutes to go, plenty of time, but dealing with some foul trouble to some of their best players, going to make things more difficult. But right there, another really, really good offensive possession from the Ducks. Able to eat a bunch of clock, play keep away long enough, and as soon as you lull the defense to sleep, Baker able to cut along the baseline. Defenders never able to turn around and see him and get back to the free throw line.
All right, Baker to the stripe right here. The senior bends the knees, a long right-hand free throw motion, got the friendly touch and spins home off the right side of the rim. One more here for Baker. Petty will check in for Justin Watson. Guy in his 4 fouls staying out there right now. 4:44 in the fourth. 46-35, one more at the line here for Luke Baker. Wears 3 in the traveling black uniform, bends the knees, right-hand free throw, too strong. Rebound tracked in by Montrell Oliver. Pushing the pace down the floor. What an effort to steal it away by Steffen. Throws it back the other way, but Steffen stepped out of bounds on an unbelievable reaching steal. It will stay with Muskegon. 4:40 in the fourth.
Tremendous play just to get a piece of that one. Nearly saved it. Would have been an even better play and would have had the lay-in on the other side for the highlight, but just barely as he was jumping and throwing it back into the middle of the floor, stepped out with possession.
All right, 2-3 zone back on for Zeeland West. They lead at 46-35 with 4.5 minutes to go. Arquez Petty gets a screen top of the key from Davis. Right wing for Guy. Up fake, dribbles left, hands off left side, on for Petty. Left block, Davis. Right hand hook shot over top of Yant is good. Right now, Terrence Davis, the best form of offense for the Big Reds. And a timeout is whistled on the floor by the Big Reds. We'll take one as well.
Cornerstone University.
The professors are very open to helping whenever they can.
Academic excellence, character-driven athletics, Christ-centered community involvement.
Cornerstone has been a great opportunity for me to grow as a leader, just being able to approach people and be warm and welcoming and hospitable.
Experience it for yourself. Attend a Golden Eagle Day at Cornerstone for a taste of campus life and the chance to meet faculty and staff. To arrange a visit for your high school junior or senior, go to cornerstone.edu. Cornerstone University. Build a life that matters. Cornerstone University.
The professors are very open to helping whenever they can.
Academic excellence, character-driven athletics, Christ-centered community involvement.
Cornerstone has been a great opportunity for me to grow as a leader, just being able to approach people and be warm and welcoming and hospitable.
Experience it for yourself. Attend a Golden Eagle Day at Cornerstone for a taste of campus life and the chance to meet faculty and staff. To arrange a visit for your high school junior or senior, go to cornerstone.edu. Cornerstone University. Build a life that matters.
All right, welcome back. MGN Radio Plus Game Center here from Grand Haven. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer. 4:21 to go in the ball game. 46-37. Zeeland West looking to keep the Cinderella run alive. They had never won a district. They had never won a regional until this year. And now they're a game away from the Breslin Center. And they're a lead in the fourth quarter away from the Breslin Center. Right side of the floor, Steffen throws left side to Bolhouse in the backcourt. Steffen right side. Back left to Bolhouse. Bolhouse will stutter over the timeline, defended by Oliver into the trap. Reaching pass, backdoor on Anderson, drives to the basket. Right-hand shot is good for Anderson. He's got 10 off the bench with 4 minutes to go in the ballgame. Against the zone, swung left block to Davis. Bounds in the lane, hook shot is good. Yant was trying to draw the offensive foul down there. Davis goes into double-digit scoring. Bolhouse throws over the timeline to Aldrink. He's trapped, right side, reaches a pass over the heads of a couple of defenders to Steffen. Nice feed, backdoor cut, Baker. Reverse layup, no, through some contact, no foul, back to the way for the Big Reds. Running to the basket, Martin, right-hand shot, good, and a foul on that one. James Martin out of the stripe. Foul will be the second on Merritt Aldrink. 3 fouls on either team. 48-41. Lead beginning to evaporate. It was 15 at its highest point.
It's been a really good offensive fourth quarter for the Big Reds to this point. Martin able to see Merritt Aldrich trying to draw the charge call and Euros around him.
Free throw, good from Martin. 12 for the sophomore, who is working, keep in mind, with 4 fouls. Aldrich stopped in the backcourt, reaching pass, stolen by Martin. Drives to the basket, right-hand shot is good, and a timeout from the West bench. Unbelievable. James Martin changing the game. The lead is 4 with 3.5 to go. Thanks as always to Centennial Securities. Farmers Insurance will keep it here. The sophomore, reckless abandon with 4 fouls taken over.
Yeah, he's had to play right on the edge and try to keep himself in the game, but still provide that spark for the Big Reds to try to come back. And it's been now 5 points for him here in the fourth quarter. He's got 14 total and playing really big when his team desperately needed it.
Absolutely. 3:27 to go in the ball game. 48-44. The lead was 15, and Muskegon is looking to come all the way back. Unbelievable turn of events here. Again, it was 43-28. At the end of 3, and the full court havoc pressure man-to-man is back on here for the Big Reds. 3.5 minutes to go. Baseline inbound for Bolhouse. Got it into Steffen. Steffen with his back turn. Jabs on Martin. Left-hand dribble. Steffen. Trap goes over the timeline to Bolhouse. Bolhouse left corner Baker. Baker up top for Aldrich with a long pass. Aldrich is doubled. Aldrich throws down low, all alone. Left-hand shot. Bolhouse out of nowhere gets swatted by Davis into the camera crews in the front row. Zeeland West, they want a goaltend on that. I saw that was the call that Coach Klein was wanting. He will not get it, though. Remains 48-44 with 3:10 in the fourth. Quick inbound here to Baker. Up top to Steffen with 3:08. Left wing to Anderson. Anderson running to the right side. Stops on the pivot foot. Trapped up. Anderson finds Baker somehow free throw line. Whipping past Anderson. Right corner. Aldrich, all the time and space in the world, he doesn't take it. Now he drives, up fake, clutches, no, rebound, put back, yes, Merritt Aldrich.
Aldrich stared down the 3, didn't look like he wanted it. Not sure if he was expecting a call, but eventually drives.
Triple try, right corner is good for Petty. And a timeout going the other way. We'll take one right alongside them and be right back.
Was founded based on the belief that the interests of our clients must always come first.
We listen and understand your objectives before making a recommendation.
We customize the portfolio of investments to fit your goals.
It is our commitment to provide a strong line of communication.
Our services include family wealth management, saving for retirement, and estate planning and trust services.
Getting started is as easy as picking up the phone. After all, when everything is said and done, isn't it about time?
It's the final game, folks. This one wins the series.
Struck out with the cheap seats? Important things aren't worth compromising. At Farmers, we offer both quality insurance and great savings. Here, take mine.
We are Farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
2:34 to go, and you cannot hear yourself think at the Grand Haven Fieldhouse. A packed house, 28 plus, 100 strong. 2:34 to go in the ball game. The lead is down to 3, 50-47. Inbounded along the baseline to Steffen. Runs up the right side of the floor. Steffen over the timeline. Top of the key. Feeds left wing to Baker. Baker angles right. Feeds left to Bolhouse with 2:23. Bolhouse stopped by Guy. Keeps the dribble along the half-court line. Spins to the top of the key. Bolhouse lobs to his left side to Steffen. Angle drive. Steffen stops at the elbow. Up top to Baker with 2:11. Back left side to Steffen with a 3-point lead, killing some clock. Miles Steffen with 2:05. Miles Steffen driving right side on Davis. Feeds it into the lane to Baker, and Baker gets fouled by a leaping Terrence Davis. That'll be the fourth on the Big Reds. 2 minutes exactly to go in the ball game. 50-47.
Really good job by Baker to even grab that one. The pass a little bit low. had to reach down and grab it, almost lost it. We'll see. Looks like they're going to call this shooting foul kind of after he got the contact, got hit in the face a little bit, able to get the shot up, and he's going to get some free throws.
All right, so Baker to the line. 2 minutes exactly to go. Third foul on Davis. Free throw up, free throw. Too strong, rattles out, no good. Yant in for Anderson. Likely means that zone coming back here for the Ducks. One more here for Baker at the stripe to stretch it to a 2-score game. Baker bends the knees, free throw, good. Able to hit the second one, lead is 4. Here come the Big Reds and Mackay Guy. Will face up against a 2-3 zone inside 2 minutes to go, down 4. The reigning state runners-up looking to keep their season going. Or can Zeeland West make it to the Breslin Center for the first time ever? Left wing, deep 3, Martin, splash! James Martin again! Inbound pressure into Steffen, he's able to snag it. Steffen angles over the timeline, around a screen, left wing, and a blocking foul on Martin. He was trying to draw the offensive foul. The Zeeland, or the Muskegon fans are running behind us, nearly hitting the back of our heads as they are screaming at the officials, but the cell job will not work. That is the end of the night for James Martin, his 5th with 91 seconds to go.
Martin really trying to stay in front there and prevent Steffen from driving that side. Just sold it a little too much. I think if he had maybe not sold it quite that much, they would have just let it play out, but flew backwards a little too much, and the official didn't like it, I don't think. Called the foul, but that's a big one, the 5th. Martin, who's been a huge part in the energy of this comeback for the Big Reds, now going to be on the bench for the final minute 31.
Lead is just 1 right here, with 1:31 to go. It will be Miles Steffen at the stripe for the Ducks. Muskegon down 15 to start the quarter, now within 1, but their leading sophomore on the bench for the rest of the game. First free throw, too strong for Steffen. Troubles at the line for Zeeland West starting to grow right now. Steffen will have one more. Bends the knees, right hand free throw, too strong, missed them both. Rebound to Watson. The Big Reds can tie or can take the lead on this possession. Man-to-man defense from the Ducks. 1:20 to go. Mackay Guy directing traffic with 1:17. Calls out the play with 1:13. Down 1, around the screen, top of the key, Guy to the right wing with 1:08. Defended by Yant with 1:05. Skips it free throw line to Oliver. Into the paint, left hand shot, a travel first. Shuffled the feet. West takes it up 1 with 1:02 to go.
Able to finally get the ball inside the defense to Oliver in the mid-range. Tried to let him go to work and create something going to the left side, but the extra step on the gathers, he was looking to go try to lay that one in.
Lennox Brooks, Anderson in for the respective teams. Lennox Brooks, an athletic junior, can help run the havoc pressure. 1:02 to go in the ball game. The lead is 1 for Zeeland West. They inbound from their own baseline. Inbounded to Steffen. Turns his back on Orquez Petty. Petty steals it away. Drives. Hands off. Guy. Shot rolls out. No. Put back. Good. Off the bench. Mackay Lennox Brooks. Can you believe it? Timeout. Zeeland West. And Muskegon leads. Can you believe it?
Oh, this game's been absolutely crazy this 4th quarter all time, and the Big Reds have completed the comeback, have the 1-point advantage, and Lennox Brooks fresh off the bench, off the miss from Mackay Guy on the weak side, up and in, all in one motion to take the lead.
Unbelievable. Mackay Lennox Brooks has played all of 2 seconds in this ball game. He has 2 points, and it might be the 2 biggest points of the season for the Muskegon Big Reds based on how this goes. Can Zeeland West find a way here, CT? Merritt Aldrich has been really shut out of things in the second half. He's going to have to try to find a way to get free of the grasp of Montrell Oliver.
You have to imagine that's where the Ducks are going to look to when they need a bucket to try to save their season. He's had just 2 points in the 4th quarter as the Ducks mostly been trying to play keep away, but they don't have that luxury anymore. after starting with a big advantage here in the fourth, now find themselves down a point. Now they're the ones that are going to have to force the issue, try to see what they can do after their offense has mostly been just trying to keep it out on the perimeter and not turn the ball over. Now they're the ones that have to find some offense.
It's a correction. I believe that timeout actually was called by Muskegon. They just got handled up. 52-51. Down a point after leading by 15. Zeeland West, can they save their Cinderella run? They'll have to inbound against the full court pressure. Bullhouse to throw it in. Bullhouse. Inbounds to Aldrink, defended by Oliver in the backcourt. 49 seconds to go. Oliver reaching. Here comes the trap. Aldrink beats it over the timeline. Stops, feeds left wing to Baker. Baker up top to Steffen with 40. Steffen drives on Keyshawn Hinkle down the left side of the lane. Left corner for Baker with 35. Baker up top to Anderson with 32. Defended with a hand on him, Arquez Petty. 28 seconds, down a point. Hand off to Steffen. Timeout, Coach Klein. He's got 2 remaining. 26 seconds to go. Good time out there. They've been able to beat the pressure. They now can set things up here against this look. Muskegon as a team gives up 39 points per game on the year. They're giving up 32 in the playoffs. Scoring 52 against them is quite, or 51 against them is quite the occasion. But this fourth quarter from Muskegon and from Coach Guy showed why this team goes to the Breslin Center year after year after year. We'll see if Zeeland West can steal it back.
Yeah, even when it looked like they were down and out and didn't have much momentum going into the second half, into the fourth quarter even, they were able to stick with it. The defense that's been there throughout this postseason run shows up, and now just 8 points in the fourth for the Ducks. But still time left for both sides to make some plays. Final 26 seconds, the Ducks trying to probe there a little bit, didn't have anything. Now the timeout can try to set something up. Have to imagine the Big Red's going to continue to deny the ball from Merritt Aldick with everything they have.
The lead was 43-28 going into the final quarter. The lead now goes the other way, 52-51. 26 seconds on the clock. A couple of fouls still to give right here for the Ducks. Muskegon nothing to give. A foul will equal free throws. Bullhouse right side to throw in. Man-to-man defense here and expect the pressure to come from the Big Reds. Inbounded into the backcourt to Merritt Aldrink. He'll be all alone. He'll start it up. Now the Big Reds will set up a 2-3 zone right here. Aldrink with 17. Hands it off to Steffen with 15. Steffen stares at the clock, throws it left wing to Baker with 11. Right wing to Bullhouse with 10. Up top to Steffen. Free throw line, Aldrink. Jump pass. Yant, reverse layup. Good! Orion Yant! And a timeout and whistles on the floor. Oh my goodness. Zeeland West takes the lead back with 5 seconds even. Chandler, can you believe it?
Absolute madness. And Ducks took forever to get into it. It looked like they were potentially going to wait till the last second to take the shot. Eventually, with 10 seconds to go, right around there, got the pass to the middle of the floor with Merritt Aldrink. The Big Reds expected him to get the ball. They collapsed immediately, but the Ducks, anticipating that, had Orion Yant crash along the baseline. He was wide open, and Aldrink knew as soon as he caught it, he could turn and slip that pass down. Tough reverse layup yet for Yant, but he drops it in, and now the Big Red's going to be the ones trying to get up the floor here pretty quickly.
The greatest basketball game to be played in the state of Michigan this year. I think we can just about say period on that, regardless how this is going to end. 5.6 seconds to go. 53-52. Zeeland West back on top, looking for their first ever trip to the Breslin Center. Muskegon looking to go back to the Breslin Center. Some token full court pressure being shown by West. Inbound to Guy. Battle around on the floor. Poked. Taken by Aldrink. And a foul on the floor. Who is it on? Who is the foul on? 0.4 seconds on the clock. The officials are going to talk about it. A not clean inbound. Who is the foul on?
We'll see here the discussion. Bakai Guy, I believe it was.
It's on 13 black. That is Orion Yant. So 0.4 seconds to go. The Big Reds will still have a heave and a prayer.
Only 3 team fouls before that on the Ducks, so that one going to force the Big Reds to have to inbound it once again. But a foul here would send the Big Reds to the line.
Coach Guy has run on the other side of the floor, asking for more time to get put on the clock. It will go to 1 second even. Zeeland West by 1. Backcourt inbound coming up here for the Big Reds. Montrell Oliver to throw in. He's got Guy in the backcourt. 1 second even. Here's Guy at half court. Heaves for the win. Off the side of the backboard. No good. Cinderella. It's not midnight yet. For the first time in school history, the Zeeland West Ducks are going to the Breslin Center. Would you believe it, Chandler? 53-52 the final. Oh my goodness.
What a game. The Big Reds looked like they were down and out, but furious comeback. Had the lead under a minute to go. Had a chance at the buzzer too, but the Ducks, tremendous game. Finally able to close one out against the Big Reds. Had been their Achilles heel twice earlier in the season, but this time they hold on and get the biggest win out of the three.
All right, we're going to catch our breaths. We're going to come up with some scoring. We're going to come up with some highlights. We're going to come up with some awards. We're going to be right back for the Centennial Securities post-game show. For the first time in school history, they had never won a district. They had never won a region. And they're on to the state finals and the semis at the Breslin Center Friday. We'll see you there, Zeeland West Nation. The Big Reds are denied a trip back in unbelievable fashion. They did pull a 15-point comeback. They led, but Orion Yant gets the final bucket, and Zeeland West is on their way to East Lansing. We'll be right back.
The 10 winners of the Nobel Peace Prize or the last 5 Miss Americas, the point is the applause dies and the achievements are forgotten. But can you name 3 friends who helped you through tough times or teachers who encouraged you in school? We remember those who make a difference in our lives. I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. What matters to us are the personal relationships we have with our clients, helping them build a secure financial future. As a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
Hey everyone, Nate from Michigan Game Night. If you haven't already, make sure to check out the MGN shop. You can find it through MichiganGameNight.com or the Michigan Game Night page on Michigan Sports Radio. Click on the Buy MGN Merch button or tab on either page and find your way on over. You can check out a store that has hats, beanies, sweatshirts, t-shirts, water bottles, and everything in between, from just simple MGN logo designs to playoff featured designs, designs with famous calls and moments from MGN, and much, much more. Make sure you check out the MGN shop through MichiganGameNight.com or MichiganSportsRadio.com/MGN.
Can you identify your number 1 personal trait? The thing that you do better than most others? If not, this may be a good time to think this through. If you're really good at writing, then why use the phone? If you're great on the phone, why use email? If you have exceptional human relations skills, why sit back and let others lead? I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities Company. Playing to our strengths is something we do very well at Centennial. And if you're already a customer, you know what I mean. If not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
All right, welcome back. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer. Folks, that might be one of the great high school sporting events. We've seen a lot of them over the past few years. That is right up there. Environment, the game itself, the moments down the stretch. I have never quite felt a building like this one tonight. This is why high school sports are the best. I don't care whatever level of whatever you might like. There is nothing like state playoffs in high school sports. This was an unbelievable moment tonight, and for the first time in school history, Zeeland West is going to the Breslin Center. We will see you Friday afternoon, 2 o'clock. They play in that semifinal. We will be there. All right, CT, take us through the scoring, and we'll look back at some highlights and some awards.
All right, we'll start with Muskegon. Tremendous game before fouling out. James Martin had 17 points. Terrence Davis with 10. Petty and Oliver each with 6, Langston with 4, Johnson and Watson with 3, Lennox Brooks with 2, and Mackay Guy with 1 for the Ducks. Merritt Aldrink led the way, 18 points. Yant with 12, Kai Anderson with 10, Luke Baker with 7, Bullhouse with 4, and Stefan with 2.
All right, let's take a look here at some highlights from the fourth quarter. Let's start Merritt Aldrink, this tough 2 that stretched the lead a little bit at the time and for the moment stopped some of the bleeding. Baker somehow free throw line, whipping past Anderson, right corner. Aldrink, all the time and space in the world, he doesn't take it. Now he drives, up fake, clutches, no, rebound, put back, yes, Merritt Aldrink. I said that stopped the bleeding for a moment. James Martin, he would foul out moments later, but the sophomore had an unbelievable night, hit this triple to bring the lead within 1. Against a 2-3 zone, inside 2 minutes to go, down 4. The reigning state runners-up looking to keep their season going. Or can Zeeland West make it to the Breslin Center for the first time ever? Left wing, deep 3, Martin, splash! James Martin! And then we go to what was going to be our play of the game. Mackay Lennox Brooks played 2 seconds in this ball game. There was a steal on the inbound, and he scored, and Muskegon took the lead with less than a minute to go. Turns his back on Orquez Petty. Petty steals it away. Drives, hands off, Guy. Shot rolls out, no. Put back, good. Off the bench, Mackay Lennox Brooks. Can you believe it? And we go, you know what it is. The Farmers Insurance play of the game. Orion Yant wins it and sends Zeeland West to the championship, or the semifinal, into the Breslin Center. Stares at the clock, throws it left wing to Baker with 11. Right wing to Bullhouse with 10. Up top to Stefan. Free throw line, Aldrink. Jump pass. Yant, reverse layup, good! Orion Yant! And a timeout and whistles on the floor. All right, that our Farmers Insurance play of the game. We go to Centennial Securities, the winning game plan. You go to Coach Klein. It for a moment looked like it was going to be Coach Guys whoever won the game with the trap they brought out. But at the end of the day, Zeeland West did 2 things schematically. They had just enough of a solid press break built up to evade some of that, especially half-court pressure brought their way, and then they drew up a perfect play for Orion Yant at the end. Those 2 moments together ends up being the winning game plan presented by Centennial Securities.
Yeah, really good job by Coach Klein in this one, and in a situation where he needed some of his best strategic calls out there, able to come up with that zone defense that really slowed down the Big Reds throughout much of the game, got them the big lead through 3 quarters. Able to drop enough of a pressure break, knowing that Muskegon was going to be throwing that at them late in the game. Able to break it just enough to keep themselves with the advantage, or close enough to it to still steal it back at the end. And then that play at the end, everyone in the building knew Merritt Aldrink likely going to be touching the basketball, expecting him to take the shot. Knew the Big Reds and Coach Guy going to be anticipating that as well. And so had that play, that baseline cut drawn off of it, able to get Yant about as clean as a lay-in as you're going to get in that situation. And a tremendous good call right there late in the game.
Rainbow Grill in Granville, open from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Monday through Saturday. They present our Player of the Game award. Thursday, we gave this award to Merritt Aldrink when he wasn't the leading scorer. We're going to kind of flip that here tonight because Merritt was the leading scorer and he had a terrific game, but Orion Yant got the final bucket, and defensively what Yant meant out of that 2-3 zone to slow down Muskegon was huge. So Yant still scores in double digits, gets the final bucket, and was huge defensively on one of the wings of that zone.
Yeah, he was huge. A tremendous game from him, and a lot of categories. That still had 12 points scored in every quarter, and the defense providing another big body, physical body out there that could anchor that zone a little bit and make things really difficult. Held Terrence Davis when they were in man-to-man enough in check until late in the game, and just a really good game from Yant, and of course that last bucket going to seal it for him.
All right, the winner, Zeeland West. They will take on the winner of North Farmington and River Rouge in the semifinals. 2 o'clock the tip. We'll be on the air 1:30 back at the Breslin Center for that one. We are back on the air tomorrow night. Another great one. A pair of Miss Basketball finalists going head-to-head in a girls' regional championship game. West Ottawa and Byron Center in an unbelievable game coming up tomorrow night as well from the beautiful field house in Hudsonville. A game that is going to be tough to almost ever get matched tonight. For the first time in school history, Zeeland West It's tough to beat a team 3 times. We know that. They lost the first 2 times to Muskegon, and the 3rd time, for the first time in school history, Zeeland West will advance on to the Breslin Center. The Ducks had never won a district. They'd never won a region, and they will play in a Final Four state semifinal game on Friday. We will be there. See everyone tomorrow night. See everyone on Friday. For Chandler Timmer, I am Nate Dreyer, signing off. We will see you all next time. What a win. Zeeland West keeps dancing. They go to the Breslin Center.